also thank my family, especially my parents and wife, who have encouraged me so much over the years. When I was growing up, I used to love books, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, whatever I could get my hands on, and I dreamt that one day I would write books of my own. And as you can see, you are standing in the realisation of my dream. It's been 10 years I've been working on these books, a great big adventure, and now they've come together in such a wonderful way. So I think the last thing I'll say is, if you guys have dreams, there's nothing special about me. I'm just a normal person who had some imagination, some perseverance, and kept going. Your dreams can come true as well. So we're going to be selling books all afternoon, discounted from Amazon and also signed. So pick up some copies, tell your mates. It's going to be a good time. We've got food and drink as well, so come and grab whatever you like.
Reading! We're keen to hear.
Well, I started.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't want to bore you.
We're not bored.
So as I mentioned, I used to love reading books when I was growing up, and unfortunately, when I was at that young age, I mentioned to someone, when I grow up, I want to write books, and they turned around and said to me, "It's going to be tremendously difficult to do that, really hard." And so when you're growing up, you have a different dream every day. So I put that away for many years, and then when I was 22, I had an enormous idea. While I was just on a walk around the estate where I lived on a Sunday afternoon. By the end of the walk, I had the ideas for these 3 books, many of the characters, and I started writing it down and getting more and more ideas came until I had the end of the 3rd book there, right from the beginning, back in September 2011. And so for the last 10 years, I've been writing these books, and they've come together in a way far better than I could have ever dreamt. And people have hundreds and hundreds of copies selling all over the world. If you look on Amazon right now, this first book's got about 75-star reviews. People are loving it, really, really loving it. So don't miss out, get yourself a copy. And thanks for coming.
You're doing a book reading.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, can you hear me all right with the?
I can.
With
Yeah.
I think if you go in front of the table and then we're kind of more around here, you know.
Or slow?
I don't know.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'm actually going to read the very first scene of the first book, which doesn't need any explanation. So, feel free to take a seat if you like.
Yeah, it's going to be a... Come sit in front.
Yeah.
Everyone sitting comfortably.
Then you'll begin.
Good. So, chapter 1, The Walls of Atlas. Fred Banks, straightened his waistcoat and jacket, flung open the front door, and was at once confronted with a grim view of the walls of Atlas. The short walk to his school was a golf course. Nowadays, he took to spending the majority of it with his hands deep in his pockets, to guard against pickpockets, and staring up at the walls. We didn't always have them, his uncle once pondered. Once we were peaceful, happy, free. Until, yes, marauders. The marauders. He heard enough whispers of them through his childhood. Before knowing the meaning of the word, he knew to shiver at its mentioning. No one knows where they came from, nor why. Just they came carrying swords, burning and pillaging wherever they went. One by one, the 3 cities fell, and Atlas would have followed suit had we not had the wherewithal to build walls far behind. Fred couldn't count the times Uncle Paul told the story, nor fathom why with such frequency. Once with enough, right? The effect was a deep shudder whenever he saw the walls. The towers would block out the sky, no thought of artistry given them, save the legion of gargoyles which pocked both sides, long spears in their hands, and mouths wide enough to swallow the world. They terrified the waters, Uncle Paul loved to say. Those stone scarecrows project visions into their wild minds. Thank goodness they're just stone, Fred thought, pulling his blazer tighter at the sight. Hey, watch where you're going? Yelled a man in a top hat, snapping the rein from the horse carriage. Fred ripped his eye from the balls. He'd wandered into the middle of Cobble Street. Oh, sorry, too late. With a yuck, the horses were off charging up again. Papers, get your papers! On the corner of Herald's Way, a boy in a fat cap and drab cotton shirt was forcing newspapers on passers-by with such a fever, Fred wondered if they might be burning his own hands. Meanwhile, a tide of bowler hats or petticoats were passing him by. Fred frowned. The boy, probably just a few years older, had been born here, and if he was anything like the rest of us, would die here too. This smoky city was a beehive of markets and dusty streets, a scrum of hectic people living hectic lives, and none of them, to his knowledge, had ever questioned what about them. Taking the last turn, he reached the black wrought-iron gates of St. Wolffius, a gaslit lantern adorning the head of each post. Damn, why do parents have to be seeing their kids off today? He locked his gaze on a gap in the crowd and elbowed his way through. Not today. He wouldn't think of them today. Ruth met him on the other side with a cheery, "Hello." "Morning," he mumbled. She glanced at the crowd behind him, her eyebrows folded in understanding. He loved her for that. Ready for a bit of history? Short. Moments later, Mr. Beveridge clapped his hands together and strode before the class. He was a slim figure in a brown tweed suit, scarlet tie, and polished burgundy shoes. Spindly little glasses sat on the end of his nose, with a centimetre of white hair covering his head and a thin strip curving round his jaw. "You have 20 minutes," he said. 3 centuries past, Duke Hearthmark theorised that emptiness is natural in its state. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Pens rummaged their way out of bags, dove into inkwells, and zoomed across pages. Mr. Beveridge, the old chestnut, had been teaching history at St. Wolffius for well over 35 years, and, as far as Fred could work out, had always been old. The two exchanged a smile, and Fred returned to his paper. His first lonely paragraph was staring up at him, begging for company. 2 rows down, Bruce's pen was running relays from left to right. He put down his pen and gazed round the room. Mr. Beveridge's classroom. Most professors jammed their room with a full encyclopedia of trinkets confiscated from students, shelves with large tomes set to fall apart under their collective dust. Not so with Mr. Beveridge. His room breathed and dreamt as history, smelt of the stuff. Paintings and tapestries rayed the walls, even a full-length sword hung above his desk. One particular painting drew his gaze. Why had he never noticed it before? In its centre was a gigantic man in a golden suit of armour. Roaring out of the chestplate was an enormous lion, and hair seemed to erupt from every part of him, each strand the same fiery colour as his hazel-gold eyes. So shone that figure, that all about seemed dim, save the golden sword which struck at the burnt sky above his head. Fred's lips parted. Was it him, or was there more than brushwork there? It was the eyes that did it. He sensed they were taking him in, leading him to a trembling death. He struggled to put the words to it. Profound? Majestic? He knew the right one as soon as it passed through his mind. Kingly. But who was he? He'd never seen anyone in Atlas like that. Could he be one of the rewarded? No, Mr. Beveridge will never say one of them. Yet, if he wasn't from Atlas, or beyond the walls, where could he be from? Who was he? So captivated was he, so engrossed, that he never noticed what Mr. Beveridge was doing. The professor's active blue eyes were watching him in turn, and that look, what was it? Not judgment, more of a probing attentiveness. The wrinkles along his cheeks stretched tight at the presence of a smile. Then he clapped his hands once more and brought the class back to attention.
Bravo!
The opening scene of book 1. All 3 books are written and ready to pick up properly today.
Yay! Bravo!
We've got lots of food and drinks, so feel free to help yourself.